The Raincoast Re-Skilling Festivals are designed to provide local residents with the skills to begin the transition away from globalized, fossil fuel dependent communities towards localized, self-reliant communities. The festivals showcase the knowledge that our communities already have, as well as identify potential knowledge gaps. Reskilling is not a quick fix, but rather a commitment to the long-term process of creating resilient communities. Learning these skills takes time, and now is a good time to start. Many workshops took place throughout the days in Tofino and Ucluelet, where a variety of skills were learned, from bow making to veggie oil conversion, composting to cedar weaving to harvesting traditional foods.
And then when you're turning it, it has a little bit of a smell, and then it smells again, and that's it. And then it's just smells like humidity. Actually, I'll pass around our. This is 3-month finished compost. Here you go.
Be careful what you
give it a sniff. Does it smell?
Yeah, we'll do that now.
Does the wet winter slow down the composting?
You know, any cold will slow it down.
This is seaweed. You might know it as nori. Some people that have it flattened in their sushi. This is gathered up in the northwest coast. This was one of my all-time favorite. Some of the things that we do. So the women, it was a women thing. They would gather in seaweed camps, and the women would gather there. They would just go on their canoes and fill up their canoes with the algae right off the water. They would bring it into their camp and put them all on little wooden cedar. There's pictures now where in Hartley Bay, a cousin of mine, you take it and you gather it and you put them in squares, and then so they all bunch up, and then you're able to just rip them. And you can have stacks and stacks and stacks of like this, like fully in big squares, so that you can just store it. Like a delicacy for all Indians around. We go to the Lillooet for this special kind of a because it does, and it adds variety, because we like to have variety in our diet.
You just want to pull that off. You don't want to pull it off. You want to pull it off right before you're cooking them. If you pull it off too early, it's kind of like ripping its guts out and then leaving it to sit there.
When we think about reskilling ourselves around our local resources, we have lots of wood. So why do we have propane stoves when we could make very simple wood stoves? And we tried different sizes, right? Like we tried ones that were like this size, and we tried putting, making sure this one was the same size.
And the other thing about cedar is they say a lot of, I hear people say that they get itchy or reactions to it. So if you get a reaction to it, you'll just have to stop.
At the rim. At the rim? Yeah. Okay. And you want to just tap it. Make sure there's no air bubbles inside. Let the air escape. That's fine.
The roots were growing out the bottom there. This is Tofino, 11 feet of rain a year. So we've been planting it in the raised beds. Chris and Sharon out on Clackwood Island, they've got it growing in kind of like raised mounds of soil. Lots of mulch. 7% of the world's garlic comes from China. It's kind of interesting. I mean, that's where it's from, right? It's from Central Asia, and that's also where they grow the most.
So, how we bring joy to our lives. And this is one of the things that just makes me feel alive. So I do it when I kind of need to get a little bit of chi in my life. Good. Light a fire. Feels so good. It's magic.